So, when we last left off, you guys managed to at least stop the pirates from stealing some important devices from the mining station. In doing so, you have learned of some sort of larger plot where these pirates are starting to work together and are looking to gather resources, or at least pieces, for something. Whether or not they are simply selling it or trying to make something bigger and better, you don't really know, but the fact that they are coordinating together for some sort of united goal is concerning. But now that you are back at base, you guys are basically calling that mission a net just pass, neither a failure nor a success. Just sort of calling it even. But with your final task in hand to decide whether or not you will be officially hired as initiates for ARC, you guys have decided to go to visit the planet Kargas, which has been abandoned for a long time now, as it has been, the civilization has been disintegrated, covered with sand, and ARC has been deciding not to interfere with the natural state of the planet for fear of causing any damage or messing with the natural ecosystem. But now that some sort of quake has happened in the planet, causing the normal solid surface to crack, now the disintegrated remains of remnants past have started to spill into the cracks in the surface, drowning the subterranean civilization with sand. And before it gets completely lost or destroyed, you guys have been tasked to go out and see what you can find, what you can reclaim, if anything, and report back with your findings. But before you guys head out, you have been given some time and some options to upgrade your vessel, as that was the biggest complaint, that you guys were unable to radio back with only short-range communications, or that your ship was not fast enough. So perhaps if you would like to upgrade your vessel, and again, just going from short-range to long-range communications is just giving your communications a +1, basically. You don't have to like swap them out, and you're not like getting a bigger or like beefier system.
What?
How
many points would it be for us? Well, no. I was thinking something, like, I wasn't asking about that. I was thinking 4 escape pods. How many upgrade points would that be?
It kind of depends on how nice of an escape pod you want. If you just want like a tube that just kind of gets dropped, that would kind of be free. If you want it to have like a thruster, if you want it to have extra like life support systems, if you want it to be able to be maneuverable, if you want it to have communication systems, all of that would be pretty pricey. But I would say that in general, what it would account to is that you could get like two escape pods that can fit 3 humanoids as a package deal for 1 ship point. And then if you want to give them thrusters, that would be another ship point. If you want to give them advanced atmospheric pressure and not just like whatever air you have sealed in there with you at the time, that would be another ship point, and it would sort of go from there. And again, escape pods are designed to simply be launched and retrieved later. They can be reused if they did not suffer any damage, but they don't really re-dock at the ship. If you wanted to do something like that, that would kind of be pricey.
So they're one-time use basically, unless we physically go back for them.
You would have to get some other vessel to retrieve the... Actually, it's possible for you to use your vessel to retrieve the escape pod and try and find a way to re-hook it back up. I would say it would be very difficult, but if you just took the escape pod back to a space station, they would be able to re-slot it in for you. Assuming there was no complications. What other questions do you have?
I was mainly curious about the escape pods.
Okay.
That's what I'd like from my point on 2 escape pods that... what did you say again?
The starting point is that they're basically just tubes that seal up with the air that's inside of them and get launched into space. Just kind of like fired out with a gun. And again, there's no resistance in space, so they can kind of just go forever until they eventually run into something. But they don't have any maneuverability, they don't have shields or communication, and they also don't have an atmosphere that will regenerate.
Is it possible for us to aim it?
To aim it?
Yeah, like
I mean,
let's say...
if the ship is still functional, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Then yes, I definitely would like to go for it.
Okay. Is everyone fine with that?
Yeah.
Alright. You spend your point, and I will actually just kind of put this in the stats of the cunning stunt, is that it now has 2 escape pods.
Yeah, the main thing I was thinking is an easier way for us to... Let's say someone was stuck on the ship, or like it was still functioning, but we needed someone to get over there. They was still on the ship just to help with something. Now they would have an easier way of just getting towards them. If that makes any sense. I might have just botched that.
That makes sense to me.
Okay. Your space elevator is basically a similar pod, but it's on a light reel, so it can be like fished back up. Mia, would you like to have 5 credits, 2 experience, or 1 ship points? And what would you like to spend them on, if anything? I'll sort of go down the list unless anyone wants to speak up. We're going to go down the list because Zero is still eating.
Oh, I've just finished my pizza, so you...
Shut up, you're still eating.
Okay. Alright. You're right.
What would you
Hi,
like? Would
one
you like?
cent. I
Would you
say
like
2
5 credits?
experience.
All right. Zero. What would you like? Would you like 5 credits, 2 experience, or 1 ship point?
Oh, I've already marked 2 experience. Sorry.
Solus, what are you doing?
Already marked down 2 experience as well.
Okay. Well, Silva, what's your plan?
Points.
2 ship points. What would you like to spend them on?
Actually, before I spend that, Silva, do you want to get anything together with 3 ship points?
Well, I was gonna. How much was landing gear?
Just 1 ship point.
I think we need that because that'll be better than doing the space elevator. So I'm gonna spend 1 on that.
Okay.
I don't remember why we have it, but I see in notes, like from the first session, that we had 1 ship point from that. Do we still have that, or I don't remember if we used that or not.
I think you spent it to get private rooms, because it looks like your storage is +1. I believe that's what it got spent on.
Okay.
Also, just to quickly throw this in there, your ship is designed to survive atmospheres.
Yeah. I think I'll save the other ship point. Or what? I guess is there a 1 point cost, like just any kind of weapon?
You could get an auto turret.
Yeah, we need at least
Auto.
something. So I'll spend the other one on auto turret.
Okay.
I could see that causing problems so fast. Having an auto turret.
The question I will ask, and you don't necessarily have to decide what it actually looks like and does right now, but I would like to ask if it does physical or energy damage.
Physical.
Okay. And the good thing about the auto turret is that it acts without any sort of pilot or anything. It recognizes, because you have a sensor array, you actually have a sensor array +1, that you have, your ship is able to detect vessels that are not in occurrence with arc, and, you know, if anything moves in to attack it, it will automatically respond in kind. I will say, because this is a ship-to-ship turret, it won't recognize like persons or peoples, or anything smaller than nothing smaller than a semi-truck. I'll put it that way.
Do we have to put what it sees as a threat, or is it just, how does it work?
Anything that moves within radius of the ship that is not aligned with arc, it will perceive as a threat, basically.
Okay.
There is basically an understood distance that's, you know, is just universally understood of like, do not get this close to a ship without, you know, either one hailing it, you know, don't go barreling towards it without, you know, saying something or doing something first. So I will say that, you know, until it becomes an actual issue, you guys do not have to worry about the turrets, you know, doing something stupid.
Can we still man them?
Unfortunately not.
Roger.
That would take 2.
And you guys have to become officers in order to have manable turrets. They don't trust you guys, basically.
That's one that doesn't attack arc.
Yeah. I mean, because if a bunch of ruffians, you know, found a bunch of loot, took it to Ark and be like, all right, now give us a ship with 50 turrets on it, and then just like started blowing up stuff, that would not be good for business.
That would definitely not be good for business.
You feel me? You heard?
Right.
Yeah. I guess with that out of the way, if there's no other things that people want to do, Oh, yes.
Did anyone have anything else?
Didn't what?
MIA1 said,
I feel
that
like we're
fact
forgetting
that if I
someone.
was robbing a ship and get called a ruffian, I know they're nothing of value there.
Take an egg point. I get that reference. It's a Russian badger. If I break into a man's house and he calls me ruffian, I'm turning right around. Something fun for you guys is that Gargamel is actually going to accompany you guys on this vessel, or on this journey.
Yippee!
They are going to stay in the ship in orbit. Oh no, not the yippies again. Because he is going to investigate the sun. Because they're wondering if it was a spatial quake from the sun either expanding or collapsing, and that's what caused the planet to have this fracture. Because there is no life, there's no activity on planet Kargas, so they're kind of curious about what's going on. But basically, there were sensors from a nearby station that was like, "Hey, this planet that's been inactive in one of these boring sectors for a long time had this event. Send some guys over here to reclaim. No time for surveyors or chroniclers. Just go." Actually, no. I will say that some surveyors did go down there, but they are currently chronicling on it. By the time that you guys get there, they're probably taking in info, which is why they're going to be sending Gargamel as well, because Gargamel is an expert in astral body energy. So he's basically wearing like a traditional like big beefy kind of like white spacesuit with like one of those domes on top. But that is how he prevents from damaging any other your ship or anything.
Oh yeah, because he's made of plasma, isn't he?
Yes, he is made of plasma.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, he gives you like a 2-finger salute and hops on board with y'all.
I feel like Zero would also give somewhat of a salute and a wave.
I'd give you a high five, but they asked me to be careful with this thing.
Oh yes, of course, my friend. But it's good to have you with us at least. Always nice to see a friendly face.
Oh, that's very kind of you. It feels nice to be appreciated. And he gets on board. I'm gonna get this. It does take some time to get there. They are going to put you in the express lane, so it will take about 8 hours to get to the planet. What would you guys like to do in that time?
I'm gonna think on that for a second.
Okay.
Probably find a quiet time to like take that new weapon I found and like figure out like, because like most gun nuts would want to, he kind of wants to know it, like figure out make sure he knows all the details about how it works and make sure he doesn't misuse it. He's a little bit of a weapon nut.
Would you like to roll plus sharp to investigate a mystery, or roll plus weird to try and understand something that you do not understand? I will say that because this is a weapon, I will give you an additional dice. And if you have any sort of like ability on your character sheet, we can try and work with that.
Since this is a very new weapon to him, I'm gonna roll on weird.
Yeah, I don't think this is anything you've ever seen before.
Weird. Wouldn't that be sharp? Or am I thinking wrong?
It can be either sharp or weird.
Okay.
But those are my worst stats anyway. So.
This is a pretty unique weapon, so.
That is a flat
MotW
0.
said, can I assist him since I'm also a gun nut?
Yes, because you are proficient, you can give him an additional dice, yeah.
Would you perhaps say this is a bit of a weird weapon?
I mean, if someone wants to help out, they can roll the help out skill, but because Mia has a skill in this, she doesn't have to roll to help out.
Oh, so she
good
just
Lord.
automatically helps out.
Yes.
Oh no, Silver! Oh my word!
Oh no, what Okay. So you do have one more dice that you want to roll if you.
Oh yeah, don't forget.
If it's another 0, oh my god.
I swear, if I find out like there's like an info break where it's like some scanner broke into Avray and designated the bot to only roll ones.
Well, that one's technically not a 1. It was that total that it was 1.
2.
So we got a
0,
total of a 0,
0,
0, and a 1.
And an egg point. Setting myself a little bit.
Okay.
My pinky toe.
If you want to spend an egg point, I will say that you do not break the gun.
That is the goal.
Okay.
I don't want to break it.
It's like one of those things where you get a toy and then you're like, oh, there's screw holes on it. I could probably take this apart and figure out how it works. But in the process, there's like, clips of it like being snapped together that you get the idea that if you tried to open it and like figure out how it works and like undo it, you're not sure that you would, 1, be able to figure out how to put it back together, or 2, if it even is possible to put it back together. You don't know if this thing was basically built in place and these pieces aren't designed to come apart. So you're kind of scratching your head with this one. You're really struggling to kind of understand what the heck this thing is. You don't know what the ammo is. You don't understand. You have more questions now than you started with. And you spend a lot of time poring over this. Because you did spend time on this, I will give you +1 ongoing for trying to understand this weapon. But you do spend the entire... I'll say you spend like half the trip trying to go over this weapon. So if you do want to assist someone else, you can, but yeah. You will have to try and spend more time understanding this thing later.
Keep this locked away safely under in a hole in the fence in Paimon's room for now.
Okay.
Why do we have a fence?
Ventilation. I'm surprised you didn't say anything about the fact that I hid it in your room.
Like in Ireland, like fair enough. I mean, what the fuck's a child gonna do with it? But like the fucking why do I have a nest? I'm a male owl, thank you very much. I don't make a nest. I bring the twigs. Oh, vents? Oh, yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Can I just say, like, I heard a bunch of swearing and instantly my mind was like, oh no, I'm gonna have to do a bunch of bleeping in this episode. I'm like, wait, I don't care. I'm not editing this.
Wait a minute, this isn't my problem.
Wait a minute, this isn't Brendan.
I'm just uploading the footage raw. I don't care.
You're going on raw.
Raw. But yeah. Does anyone else like to do anything?
Yes, actually.
Except you don't get. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
No. Okay.
Actually,
no.
you're the only one. You can't do anything at all this session, actually.
Oh,
You
alright,
rusted
well,
over.
Oh damn, that's crazy. Anyway, I would actually like to spend some time looking at the somewhat ruined plasma defender from the first session or the second session.
Okay.
That Gargamel pretty much consumed and then spat out. Yeah.
Yes. The core has been removed. The shell is still there. It's very much melted. Gargamel feels bad about that, so he will assist you. You have an additional dice for whatever you want to try and do with this thing.
All right.
But what would you like to do with it?
I would like to try and somewhat see if I can somewhat repair the shell, and also my first bit will be try and see if I can somehow jury rig the shell, or tape it up a bit with some Gorilla Glue or whatever.
Oh dear. This sounds like it's gotta be hacked under pressure.
Yeah, no.
The fact that you described Gorilla Glue and duct tape has me very concerned.
Oh, we gotta try at least, That is cool. Very good.
Are you good at keeping your cool?
It's +1, so I hope so. Three. Okay.
That's one mixed success, but you do have an additional dice because he is helping you.
Oh yes. Yes.
And I will also give you an additional dice because this is basically your weapon. You have experience with this.
Yes.
So roll 3 dice. And we'll see what you get.
3, 6, 2. Oh dear. Okay. Can I spend an egg point on that actually?
Okay. So a success, a failure, a mixed success, and another success.
Yep.
So what I'm going to bring that up to is, I'm going to say that the success and failure cross each other out. So it's just a success and a mixed success. Basically, what you are able to do is sort of get it back into shape. And basically, you've got it to the perfect position where now it's just it is not like a melted hunk of slag anymore. It is actually a gun again, but it doesn't have any ammo for it.
Yes, that was what I was gonna do.
Yes.
Gargamel.
If you were to take it to its station, they would be able to repair it for 1 credit, and then you could get some ammo for it.
Okay.
And again, I don't really want to keep track of ammo for things unless they are unique items, which the disintegration gun is. Your gun is just a plasma pistol, which normally they don't give out to recruits like you or even initiates. That's only officers. But if you do happen to come across any ammo from people that you kill, you are allowed to use it.
All right.
So they won't confiscate it from you, but they also won't let you buy ammo from them.
Not until I'm an officer. Right?
Correct.
Yeah. That actually, because it's that brings me on to what I was gonna do or try and do for the second bit of the plasma defender.
I will actually say that because Silva and Mia are experts in guns, that if they wanted to help out, they could give you an additional dice. In which case, if If you would like, you may roll another dice, and if you get a success, then it's not broken and you're just out of ammo. But if you roll a failure, then then we'll just see.
So if I roll another success, it's not broken and just out of ammo, yes?
Yeah.
Well. Well, not broken. Well, at the moment, it's just in a working state. It's not,
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you a gambling man?
No, I'm not.
Okay. All right. Fine. That is it then. That is the state of your plasma pistol.
For now, yes.
Solus, what are you doing on this this wonderful cruise? Or if you need time, we can go to someone else. Sorry, I'm just calling out random people.
Well, figuring since I just had my evolution, I'm just trying to fit in the ship beyond this point.
Are you just looking at yourself in the mirror?
Yes.
Okay.
He's posing.
Solus, you lied. You said we'd be small forever. You fucking lied.
Listen.
All right.
You're infiltrating them from the inside. I understand.
Paimon, would you like me to? Would you like to roll for me your visions?
I'm just holding it because it's obvious what I'm gonna do.
Oh. What are you gonna do?
Well, yeah, roll for my visions. That's what I meant.
All right, do it then.
Maybe I won't. You know what?
All right, fine. You don't get any visions.
Maybe I'll sleep with. Oh no, I want to have a vision. Let me vision.
And Mia can start writing out what she wants to do.
I got a 4.
Okay. I don't know what that means.
Let me see. This is at the beginning of a mystery. Roll plus weird to reveal about your immediate future. Plus 10 to keep a reveal. Useful detail on a 7 through 9. You get a vacant. On a miss, something bad is going to happen. Wait, do I roll 2 then?
Yes.
Okay. I would like to use a inspiration.
Okay. Yes, you may use an inspiration to reroll.
This is my last inspiration.
See, this is one of the cool things where inspiration. Ooh. Okay.
Oh wait, do I ever roll them both, or is it just the last one?
I will give you a vague hint. You see the surface of this planet, and you heard that it was sand, so you were imagining some sort of like sandy gray color, maybe tan, red even, but instead the sand is almost like a dark gray, almost like a black color. And the coarse rock on this planet is not gray. Instead, it is almost like a beautiful brown or like yellow even. The fact that the sand that covers the surface of this planet is gray leads you to believe that it did not come from this planet. Whatever detritus covers the surface of this planet did not start here. Leading you to believe that something happened far before this planet even, fell into ruins, that a terrible fate befell a nearby planetoid. You don't know if it was a planet, an asteroid, or a moon, or something. You don't know. But in its wake, the destruction fell onto this planet and covered its entire surface with rubble and debris. Whether or not this killed or caused the end of the civilization on this planet, you do not know. But you do know that below ground, there is many structures that are still intact, very capable of housing and holding people. Whether this planet, once again, is an empty, dead tomb, and yet something beneath the surface trembles. Something below, something very dark, down, 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 shudders. And that's what you get. That's your vague hint. Leaving you with more questions than answers, as usual.
Sure, nothing wrong will happen here.
Hmm?
I'm sure that meant nothing.
Okay.
I'm sure that didn't mean anything bad. I will tell everyone, of course, about that.
In fact, I will do a couple rolls myself. Okay, good news. You guys actually go into this mission with a lot of info from the scout team. They do report that 2 of the 3 moons of this planetoid were smashed. They believe that they just sort of got out of their orbit, crashed together, and that's what coated the planet's surface in this like almost ash, as it mostly burned up on entry, and covered the landscape with these dull gray sand after years of it just sort of being blown around. The atmosphere on this planet has all been completely eroded. There's basically no protection from any of the sun's rays or anything, which is nothing new. That's how this planet used to be, which is, again, why you believe these people lived sort of underground. And it was not like the fact that they were running and hiding from their moon crashing down. These people just simply lived subterranean. That was their way of life. These people were intelligent. The previous inhabitants of this planet are known as the Ganatians. They did not know that their planet was Kargas. That is what has been labeled to them by basically the Columbus of this section of the galaxy. But the language that these sort of humanoids, how they spoke, and these people were mostly bipedal, but fairly elongated limbs. I can try and find a picture for you. But if you just kind of think of like giant mantises, that's sort of the kind of people that they were. But rather than having like 4 legs on their hind part, they just had 2, and then they kind of walked around on their front legs as well. Think of like a very, very skinny gorilla. Those are the kind of people, like almost skeletal gorillas.
Oh, so like that one SCP that's, if you look at it, you die.
The Shy Guy?
Yes.
Kinda, yeah. I don't know really if Shy Guy lumbers, though. I think he just sprints at people.
Yeah, I know, but a similar premise, right?
These people were fairly social. They did not interact with any other planets, and they lived and died off a long time ago.
Okay.
But unfortunately, they were not found until Ark did not discover them near their Nexus event, where they died off. And so by the time that their planet was found, and intelligent life and their civilization was found, it was already buried by this ash. And so they decided not to go in and mess with anything. But now that it's going to be destroyed, they are sending you guys in to go and excavate what you can find. You guys sort of pull up to a planet, and there is another orbiter already here that is sort of doing some research, and that's I think again, I'm not ending your downtime now. I'm just trying to give you a bunch of information, because I do still want to give Solus and Mia an option to do something if they would like. And actually, Paimon, I will also let you do something as well. But you do pull up. There is another orbiter. This one does sort of look like a hula hoop with a bunch of those solar panel fins kind of sticking out on the outside. That kind of makes it look like a dandelion. And it is a vessel that very much does not move as quickly as yours does. It also would not be able to go down to the planet's surface. Luckily, there's no atmosphere, so they probably could go down there without burning on entry, but they don't have any sort of way to land. This looks like simply a spacefaring vessel. Like it wouldn't even be able to go into a cargo bay or anything. You're not sure how this thing works or anything. But Gargamel will be staying on your guys' ship, trying to use some of the new scanners, or different scanners, that you guys have to assist this group that is already here. What other information can I give you? I mean, that's kind of it. They let you know that there is a massive crack in the planet's surface that all of this silt is sort of pouring down into. Whether or not you guys want to make entry into that is sort of up to you if you guys have another plan of attack. But there is currently a lot of stuff pouring through there, so if you want to wait and see if it kind of slows down and stops, you might be able to get in there easier, but that means that more stuff will probably be buried by that time. So how you want to get in there is up to you. And this is like, just to sort of put it in a rough scale, it's like Grand Canyon sized crack. So you could technically pilot your vehicle in there, but you would be trusting Charles a lot. Also, you guys do have generic plating on your ship, but you don't have a defensive shield. So if you guys suffer too much erosion from this sand, your ship might get damaged. That's sort of the entry situation that you guys have. What would y'all like to do?
I have two ideas. Well, first I'm gonna try and figure out a different way and like the best way in, but
Okay.
I might just end up shooting. Since I'm a child, would I be able to get into an escape pod with someone else, or would it be I still going by myself?
The
one other person?
The escape pods are able of fitting like 3 medium-sized humanoids. I would say that would be like 1 humanoid and 1 zero. I would say that 0 would take up 2 people. I would say that you would take up like a half of a person. So
Basically, get almost everyone in both of them.
You could fit Zero, Solus, and Paimon into one of these escape pods.
Remember, Paimon, that someone can also go inside of Zero. He is a sweeper.
Alright.
No,
That's fair.
also true. So yeah, if you guys cheated the system, you'd be able to get 4 people.
Okay. Well, that was just like bad, just in case y'all want to do that. But I wanted to see if it was possible for me to.
No, it's not. I'm sorry.
I guess not. Read a bad situation.
Okay. Before we actually get to the planet, I did want to give everyone an opportunity to do some downtime activity if they would like to. So if you would like to do that, I wanted to give you as much information as possible that you would know, like you would be briefed on the right here. So before you actually guys get there, what sort of things would you like to do?
MIA1 said, I like to roll my fortune.
Oh, that's right. You also have a future telling thing as well. Yeah. Please go ahead and roll your fortune. Which again, I don't remember what stat it is, but roll 2 dice because you're using a skill. Again, whenever you do something, you roll a dice just for doing it, and then you roll an additional dice if you have a skill that's relevant. You roll an additional dice if you're proficient. And then you can get an additional dice if there's someone or something helping you.
Can I help her?
And also, depending upon the situation, it is possible to sometimes get environmental effects.
Is it possible for me to help her since I'm guessing this is magic related?
No, it's actually not. It's her.
Oh, it isn't?
Her little robot has like experience with like the cosmos and whatnot.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind this.
Yeah, this is like a different like. This would be like rolling history or like streetwise to see if there is like knowledge that they know about it. Ooh, oh. A 4 and a 5. I think what I want to do, because this is like a success and a mixed success, is that what I'm going to say is that your little robot knows that Kargas was used as a site where certain types of people would go and hide loot. This would be kind of like the equivalent of, pirates going and burying their treasure on an abandoned island, because this was just like out of nowhere. Nobody lived here. Nobody interacted with it. It was just a bunch of nothing. So it is possible that there is something that has been buried here. And it is also possible that whatever was buried here might be the cause of the disturbance that's happened. I will also give you this information, that there has been no traffic in this area of space in the last 5 millennia.
Damn, that's not a long time.
Yes. So if there is anything here, it's no new technology. But, you never know.
I've never heard.
Sorry, you said it's a desert planet, right?
Yes. Well, it's an abandoned planet that lost its plant life, and then it's been covered with silt from the moons that rained down on it. So it's not like natural sand. This wasn't Tatooine where people like lived just in the sand. Like a terrible tragedy befell it, and it's like been, abandoned. You guys don't know what happened to the previous people that lived on this planet, if they managed to, escape, or if they all died here. You don't know that because it's been such a long time. But you do know that nobody has been here in such a long time. That you don't think that it's any activity of like someone trying to get some treasure that activated an ancient weapon or caused an earthquake by messing with the Earth's core or something. This is something that just happened out of nowhere. Nobody knows what happened, why this is going on. Yes, this is an ancient mystery.
I see.
Mm-hmm. But yes, because of your role here, I will say that Dover is definitely interested in what might be down there and reclaiming whatever you guys have, and we'll let you guys know that the things that you might be reclaiming is more than just ancient stone tablets and things. There could be some cool findings down there that do not belong to the planet. But he's also not super motivated to be you have to find the answer, and that you don't have to steal something specific or important. Just generally very helpful with this one, but also not too specific. That is what I will give you. Also, Solus, Paimon, and Mia, if you would like to do any downtime activities in your journey to this planet, please let me know.
Actually, yes.
Okay.
Firstly, Rex, does the ship have does the ship have a training room actually?
What do you mean exactly?
There's not a danger room or anything, but I will say that if you want it to be, and I will leave this up to Silva to narratively declare this or not, but if there is a side chamber or something that you want to set up with training dummies or something, that is possible. There's not a firing range or anything. I'm not sure what you want out of a training room, but
Main reason because I want to test out. I want to test out the new ability I got last session.
Oh, you want to show us your move?
I want to show you my moves, which is I believe was pseudopod.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we can set up a target dummy.
Yeah, let's do that.
I mean, you didn't have to call them names, but
Look,
we could set up a target dummy.
That's
Thank
funny.
you.
Sorry. I'm in a laughy mood. I'm in a happy mood.
It's lovely real, isn't it?
Yes, if you would like to test out your move, roll to kick some ass. They set up some empty rations cans for you to knock over.
I'll be at 8.
Okay, yeah. You knock them all down, just dong dong dong.
Nice.
And then you go retrieve your pieces.
MIA1 said, "Let's make the target dummy a fake worm teammate."
Yes. Let's.
Yeah, let's give him some Arcadeer gear as well, just to play on it.
Yes, you guys craft up a dummy that looks like a kind of a worm. a wormpus, if you will.
Wordy.
And then you draw a stupid face on it and like a name tag that says Marty.
Oh jeez. Oh god. Oh jeez. Y'all are gonna shoot me. Oh jeez. Don't.
Which isn't even his real name. He stole that from a guy there. Yeah.
He chose the worst name.
Zero walks in to see that punching bag
So
there.
They're just pinching it and farting on it. They're not even like using it as a practice dummy at the moment.
I would like to use
Welcome
my
to the
pathetic
Isles.
body. I would like to use acid.
Okay, you want to
Pokemon.
completely destroy the
acid.
craft project they just built. All right, you do so. You completely
Pokemon.
melt the paper mache project that they built.
Someone quick, get a Pokeball, catch me.
I just start sticking.
Gosh dang it, Zero! Like, why did you?
Huh?
Ancient desert planet, maybe alien technology. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Wink, wink. Say no more.
It's just a little joke, you know.
Take an egg point.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, baby.
All right,
know
so
you
Zero
will.
walks in to see these guys just absolutely destroying this dummy that looks like Marty.
Mind if I join you?
He does the people's elbow, and then we we jump to like an outside view of the ship that just sort of like shifts to the side a little bit.
It's just.
Just casually.
Charles sort of like calls back, but only Zero can hear him. It's just like, calm down back there.
All right, sorry, Charles. Sorry.
Yes, Paimon, yes. I love that.
Okay, are you guys doing anything other than creating and then destroying a plushie of Marty?
After a bit of that, I then just leave again.
Okay,
Because
sure.
In fact,
MIA once
Ooh.
said, I like to hear Charles' war stories.
I was gonna say something else, but go ahead.
You
I
are
lost
unable
it.
to understand Charles's language.
I could potentially assist in.
I can also
actually,
understand Charles.
I take that back because Mia is an artificial being, so she also can understand Charles.
Oh,
be there. Listen.
So you guys have two people in the party that can understand Charles. Yeah. Charles.
Wasn't I also able to understand Charles?
Yes. Again, it's less of like a language and like processing words in an orientation. It's more of like a feeling of like a physical emotion that comes upon you, and like designation of like understanding simple sentences. Simply. But I think what I'll do for this is I'll have Charles roll to tell a story. Where
You
am
want to
I?
know how I got these scars?
Shut. Charles doesn't have
my
any scars.
father. My
Yeah, it's just
father.
the basketball lines. That-
That is a D10. I need a D6. I was like, I got a 7. Wait a minute.
That's a D10.
I got 2 6s. So I think what that means is that Mia and if anyone else, if Solus or Zero also want to listen in, or in the 3 of you that would like to spend your downtime activity doing so, can mark 1 experience from listening to Charles's stories.
All right. That means I have 5 experience, so I'm going to spend those on a rate.
That brings me up to 4 experience, 1 more than I can level up. One of my stats.
I have leveled up.
I'd like to turn to Rex and just go, what are these guys doing? He's not saying anything. He's just standing there.
MIA1 said, I can
Well,
level up.
Oh, nice. Go for it.
He wobbled a good story.
So yeah, while the kids are in the back beating stuff up, just like the adults are kind of up front near their cockpit, like working on guns and doing things. Oh.
Also, Sparrow, since I evolved, does that mean my power of shapeshifting also has evolved with me?
Yes, you can. You can take the shape of like medium things now easier.
Okay. Yippee.
Yippee!
Okay, it is at this point that I will say that you guys slowly arrive in front of Kargas, and you see just like a completely soft gray planet that looks completely devoid of anything. No craters, no mountains, no valleys, nothing. Just a completely desolate planetoid with no shape on it, anything. The debris from these planets has made it look almost completely smooth, except for a large crack that has appeared along one of its hemispheres, which you can see the space station is sort of like positioned directly above. But yeah, now if you guys would like to investigate a mystery, read a bad situation, or anything, you may do so now. Now that we are here and in it. I would also like to go get water, so I will let you guys talk amongst yourselves and figure out what you'd like to do. I'll be right back.
Alright, gang, I'm cooking dinner. What do y'all want?
We gotta do this quick, everybody, so that we can go kidnap that royal person and
I want
maybe get
McDonald's.
something from the treasury.
Oh, I mean, there's probably some cool alien shit down there. So,
Yeah, but it's old.
oh, yeah, even though it's old.
Oh, the Roman Empire was old once.
Yeah. Who knows? That could be the wink, wink, nudge, nudge, Ram beam rifle down there.
What's the Roman Empire?
MIA1 said, do we
You'll
have a
learn when you're
metal
old.
detector?
I think I'll roll to investigate a mystery when he comes back.
For reading a bad situation and trying to see if I can find a better way for us to get in.
Alright.
If not, we'll just go escape pod.
Escape. It just Risk of Rain 2 drop into the fucking crack in this planet.
Exactly.
Nothing bad will happen. It won't go wrong at all, surely.
Just don't pick up the battery. Was reading a bad situation cool or sharp? I don't remember.
Dark.
Sharp. Got it.
Alright, I'm back. What did you all decide to do? Or what
Well,
did you get for your rolls?
Oh,
Did you guys not do any rolls while I was gone?
I
no,
got a
no,
4
we
for reading a bad
discussed-
situation.
I think all that you can really tell... I'm going to say that's a mixed success. So I'm not really going to do anything positive or negative for you.
I'm just like, damn, this is a really bad situation.
You can see that the scene is not escalating or de-escalating anytime soon. You're not sure if this crack is going to allow all of the silt that discovered the planet fall into below. You don't know what the extent of their subterranean society is. You don't know how large it is. You don't know if it's been completely filled at this point. You don't know anything. But what you can see is that it is visible from orbit. The like flow of this gray sand sinking into this massive crater, or not crater, crack. And you can also see this crack from from orbit as well.
Is there something wrong? Everyone's rolling low.
And it's just set to a low setting.
It happens.
I got a 2.
You got a 2 for what?
I was doing investigate and mystery.
Okay. What I'm going to do is actually I'm going to take back everything. I think because both hint things that you guys got were both positive, I will give everyone a dice ongoing for dealing with the situation of understanding what's happening on the planet. So reading a bad situation, not just every situation, but as long as it has to do with the planet, the crack, the sand and whatnot, I will give you guys an extra dice. So Paimon, if you would like to roll an additional dice, you may.
I did, and I got a 6.
Congrats, that is a success. I will say that with that, I will give you a little bit more information. Actually, no. I'm going to give you +1 hold. So you can either ask a question, or you can use a +1 on your next roll.
Alright, I'm probably gonna ask a question and ask, what's my best way in?
Into that crack?
Yes. Oh, well, is that the answer? Just straight up into that
That
crack?
is the answer. If you want to try and enter in through any other part of the planet, one, you would have to find a way to break the crust of the planet, which would undoubtedly do more damage. But also you would have to go through a ton of sand, which you guys can see is just stacked up incredibly high. This planet has basically been like covered with an ocean of sand that is like slowly filling in. So your best way in is into that crack. Not just for like, following ARC protocols of doing the least amount of damage, but also just for ease of access, go into the already designated hole.
That's fair. I don't know. You basically told us everything. I was just hoping that there might have been something.
No, and that is genuinely the rub sometimes, is that you want to know if there is something that isn't apparent to you, and sometimes there just isn't. But also, at the same time, I am concluding that, there isn't something better that you should be doing. So, sorry it feels that way, but I do
Oh no,
believe it is
that's
helpful.
like perfect. That's like exactly what I was expecting.
Okay. I mean, the best possible entrance would be to get one of those teleporters. You know, like they've got at Lethal Company.
Yes.
But again, you would have to get out with stuff. So, getting your way out with artifacts is a problem in and of itself. So. But now that people have re-rolled their skill checks, who else was rolling to investigate a mystery or read a bad situation?
I was rolling to investigate a mystery. I've only rolled a single die.
Okay.
So do I roll another one?
Yes.
Okay.
I was also rolling to investigate a mystery.
All right. What did you get?
I got a 3 originally.
Okay. You can roll 2 dice, as I've stated.
I got a 4 and a
Roll more.
6.
You got a 4 and a 6. Okay. You can ask 2 questions or have 2 hold.
I will have 2 hold, please.
Okay. And this is reading a bad situation, correct? Not investigating a mystery.
Oh, no, this was investigating a mystery.
Okay. Sorry. Just checking. Go ahead and ask your question. It's important to know what you're asking about, the situation or the mystery. That's all.
Okay. All right.
Go ahead and ask your questions.
From this position, can I identify anything about the crack itself? Like, does it look like it was made naturally or not? Artificially.
Looking at it from your experience, it just looks like a crack. But I will give you a little bit of extra. I think you get in touch with the other ship that's been here looking at things, and they kind of relay that it does not look like something hit it. Nothing from the outside. There has been no external interference. Like nothing crash landed and like broke the shell on this egg. This is like something in the core, like the chick is hatching, some outward force has caused the crust to ripple and expand. The tectonic plates started to shift in this massive crack form, and again, this crack is almost like an entire quarter of the circumference of this planet. That's how big this thing is.
So it was something from possibly the inside of the planet.
Yeah, you don't know if the tectonic plates are starting to start moving again. You don't know if there was like a bomb that went off or something. You're not sure, but this was an internal effect that just went off at once and has not grown since. They have been monitoring it. They will let you know that has not been increasing. It has not changed at all. It just like boom, crack, and then it has not continued to grow. Yes, that is what happened.
All right. Okay. Just trying to think of what else to ask. That was probably my biggest one.
Would you like me to jump over to Solus?
Yeah. Jump
Okay.
over.
Solus, what did you roll and what did you roll for?
I rolled 2 3s, and that's for investigate a mystery.
I will let you ask one question.
I'll hold.
Oh, you're gonna wait.
Yeah, I'll hold.
Okay. Mia, what did you roll for? I see you got a 5.
MIA1 said, bad situation.
You do get to roll 2 dice, because you have basically, actually, I should be letting you guys roll 3 dice for bad situation, because you do have these people working the station assisting you, technically. So, for reading a mystery, I'll leave that up to you guys. Actually, no, I think mystery, I'll give you guys 3 dice for it, because they're also assisting a little bit. Sorry, I said roll a dice, came back, said roll 2 dice, and now I'm telling you to roll 3 dice. Ooh, nice! Another 5 and a 2. I will give you, Mia, I will give you +1 hold and 1 ongoing. So for any actions for dealing with the thing, you have 1. You can just add a +1 to all of your checks with trying to deal with this situation, or you can expend it for a question, or you can spend your +1 hold for a question and hold on to your ongoing +1. So you can ask a question.
MIA1 said, what would be a best way to enter the crack?
Because this crack is big enough, you guys can basically lower the ship in without it having to do any extraneous maneuvers. And then once you're inside, you can kind of get a better read on maybe where to land if you want to make your way into one of these caves and pass through the sand waterfall. You just don't necessarily want to spend too much time underneath of this rushing sand, because it'll damage your ship for too prolonged. It basically, the idea is that you guys have a number of dips in and out of the sand waterfall, so choose your spots to land carefully. But it won't be too difficult to navigate down there. And I will also say that you guys probably have some sort of external lights to allow you to generically see down there. And then you can hold on to that ongoing, because I think that's a good thing to hold on to. Let's see. Let's go back to Solus. You rolled a 3, a 3. You rolled 2 3s?
That is correct.
Do you want to roll a 3rd dice?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
And a 6.
Nice. Okay. I will give you 1 ongoing. Or 2 hold.
Okay.
So you could either ask 2 questions, or you could ask 1 big question. Or you could hold on to that ongoing. I'll let you think about that. Silva, you've rolled some dice. You got a 1, 4, and a 5.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you basically didn't get to add your pluses to it.
Yeah, I looked at the wrong number.
Okay. I will say that's 2 hold. So, what would you like to ask? Oh, and which were you going for? Mystery or situation?
I think I'll go with situation. Because my main, like, looking at this, we know we got to go in. Silva's like thinking of the best way out, like trying to, because like all that sand and like we don't know yet how much it's going to be doing to the ship.
Yeah. Again,
He's thinking on that end.
This has already been answered, so I'll just sort of retouch on that information and not have you expend a question with this. But this sand is constantly pouring, so you guys are on a clock, and the hourglass is filling up. So the longer you wait, the more difficult it's going to be. You could go down to the deepest layers as quickly as possible to see what's down there and try and rescue that stuff, and then constantly go up when it becomes inaccessible. But also you run the risk of not being able to grab stuff, or not be able to get out if you take too much time. Or you could go into the top layers where it's super safe, look around, see if there's anything of value, and take your time, explore. But it's just a question of how much risk are you willing to go for. That's sort of the situation that I've set up for you guys here.
I can't really think of any questions.
Okay.
We had a lot of questions that happened.
I will say that if you would also like to exchange your 2 hold for an ongoing, I will allow that.
Okay. I'll do that because I definitely won't be able to do 2 questions.
Okay. Did we need to get back to someone? Solus, did you decide what you wanted your questions to be, or do you want to go with ongoing?
Ongoing.
Okay. I think I answered Mia's questions. Did I?
I had one question remaining.
Okay.
I would like to hold that one because I can't really think of anything at the moment.
So what you can do is you can either ask a question now, or you can take a +1 to your next roll. That's what hold means.
Okay, in that case, I'll take a +1 to my next roll.
Okay. Yeah. Also, I think what you can do with +1 ongoing is you can give the next, like, you can give a +1 to someone else's roll, but then it's just a one-time use, and that expends the ongoing. But you do get to give it to somebody else. You can't do that with hold, though. I think that's the special rule. I could double check if you guys want.
Then I'll do ongoing. Yeah.
I don't think you have an ongoing.
Oh no, I do. Okay, I'm very sorry.
No, I was just explaining for other people.
Okay.
So what would you guys like to do? I feel like that's Gargamel talking to you guys like, so what are you guys gonna do? You You gonna go down there?
I think we should probably go down. Might as well strike the iron whilst it's hot, as they say.
Well, I'm not gonna say no to getting close to this situation. That'd make it easier for me to use your ship systems to try and get an understanding of what's going on here. But what I will say is that this is up to you guys. I cannot interfere. This is your mission. Fail or succeed, even if it means me basically having to bust out of here and float off into space. I'm kind of got my hands tied. I'm not allowed to interfere. Sorry.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah, you've got your own mission here.
So don't expect too much help from me other than info. I'll be your guy in the chair.
Very well. Well, I vote to go down.
Alrighty.
What if everyone else wants to vote?
Ain't got much else to do.
There we go.
Alright. You guys fly down to the planet's surface. Actually, I think Charles does a maneuver where you guys fly through the donut ring of the other space station. And they guys send you a message like, hey, don't do that. That's not cool.
We need to make sure we do it on the way back.
We went through it twice. Just real fucking.
If they don't want someone to use the donut, then don't have it.
MIA1 said, "Now that cool, nice job, Charles."
Very good job, John.
And yeah, they lower into the crack. How deep would you guys like to go?
That's always the question.
Shut.
I think we need to go for the good stuff. Further down that we can, the better. Just keep an eye on the kid. He'll probably get lost in the sand if we're not careful.
Okay. You guys get down the first level. You can see that there is like some construction here, that there's like some like homes and like living buildings and whatnot, and you decide to go one lower. From here you can see that there is what looks to be storage and what's that term? It's not catacombs. What the heck is it?
Crypt?
No. Oh. I don't remember. It's basically just a fancy word for like underground storage.
MIA1 said, "Tomb."
No, it's not just for dead people. That's why I said crypt, because crypt isn't like specifically for holding skeletons and things. Yeah. Yes. Would you guys like to descend further?
I think, well, yes. My vote is yes on that.
Okay. You guys go even further, and from here you can see carvings that look even older and even more ancient and much more archaic, leading to believe that these are probably ancient relics even for the people that lived here. It's at this point that your sensors are starting to get a little bit funky and your lights are dimming because there is so much basically dust getting kicked up in the air. Would you guys like to go any lower?
I don't think we should risk it.
If you guys decide to go any lower, you will be unable to see anything other than these sort of wide caverns that you could maneuver the ship into. And then if you wanted to try and go any lower, you would not be able to tell what's going on down there. And, it would only take, a matter of time. Like if your ship hit the bottom you get the idea that you guys would be encased in sand in a matter of minutes. So, how deep do you guys want to go?
I feel
I'd
like
say-
this would be a good stopping point.
Yeah. I was about to say
Yeah.
the third layer will also be a pretty good starting point.
All right, you guys maneuver, and Charles is gonna roll. That's a 1.
Oh god.
Okay. Charles slowly maneuvers the ship forward and lands in what looks to be almost like an open street amphitheater area where the buildings are more like parapets, like stairstone steps up. They had not mastered tools enough to really dig or like hollow out or build up anything in here. And this is just all sort of like reliefs and things carved into the walls and painted with various designs and things. But you all can get out, and just for the sake of ease, the atmosphere is strained, but you all, I don't know, I think you're all capable with your various alien species or suits to survive down here. What would you like to do now?
I would like to start to get out of the ship and survey the area. Look around, see if I see anything of note in this street.
All right. You begin to walk around, and you can see that there is sand that is kind of being like sandblasted in here that is already eroding away a lot of these carvings that are on the wall. There's no statues here. There's no homes here. This is mostly like the natural shaping of the tunnels and caverns and caves down here. But you can see that there are like stacked up pieces of rocks and rubble to make makeshift homes and things. But glancing around, you don't immediately see anything of interest.
It seems safe enough. If you all want to get out, look around.
I step up.
And I also get out.
See.
Anyone got a
Oops,
plan?
that's the
Well, I'd say we probably should take a look around, see if we can find anything of note, and If we can't, then we go back to the ship and go up to the second layer. But it's worth taking a look around to see if we can find anything, really. I'm sure even what seems to be an extremely ancient place like this, even for a planet like this, should have some interesting relics around.
MIA1 said, I look at the sand and tell Al to set a timer for this level.
What sort of timer do you want? And I think Al is the name of her little robot.
Okay.
Who pops on like a flashlight. Again, she's got like a little ghost. If you guys have played Destiny, she's got like that little robot.
Is it like a sidekick? Or
It's part of her class.
The type that gives a heads up before the sand start reaching this floor.
Okay, you guys do not have a way of tracking where the sand is, how fast it's filling up, and estimating when it will reach this level. That is not a calculation that anybody can do at this point. Considering that you guys cannot see the bottom of this ravine and where the sand is currently. Charles will send a message to you guys if he starts to see the sand coming up from the ravine. How about that?
works for me.
Okay.
But yeah. Was someone else rolling for anything? I mean, you guys can like wander around and start interacting with things.
Yeah. I would like to see if I can enter one of the makeshift buildings or
Alright.
houses, just to look around. Do I need to roll anything?
You can take a peek inside. You don't
Okay.
need to like make a check to do that. But if you want to, just give me sharp. Roll plus sharp.
Alright. Alright. 8.
8.
Yes.
Well, 6 plus 2. Okay. Hold on. I need to change the sound. Sand.
Change the sand.
Ooh, that looks cool.
Return the slab.
Change the sand to blue.
Dabba-dee-dabba-die.
You take a look inside of one of these huts, or you take a peek in a few of them, and mostly what you see is skeletal remains. Actually, no, you don't, because these were like insectoids. I think all of their exoskeletons have disintegrated at this point, so there's no remains of any people. Maybe you find like tools or like shadows of like people, like very early stages of fossilized remains, maybe, of just sort of like people kind of curling up in fear and whatnot. But what you do find is a chest And this isn't just like a traditional, like something carved out of wood or stone or anything, but this actually looks like it's made out of reinforced carbon steel. And it has a very dusty red light on the front.
I inspect the chest.
Okay. Do you have a skill?
Do I have a skill?
Would you like your fellow pirate friends to assist you, or your I don't know, some other compatriots to assist you?
Yes.
You
I would
can
like,
you can pick it up easily.
All right. Yeah.
I will say that.
I pick it up easily then, and I bring it to Silver.
Okay.
See if he can help me.
What you got there, metal?
I found this chest. I was wondering if you would help me inspect it for any locks or design, or to see if we can even open it. There might be something valuable inside, after all.
I can take a crack at it.
Give me something for just observing this. With like your experience in pirates, like how would you like see if you have any experience with this or something? I'll let you sort of decide what skill check you want to do, and I'll give you 2. How about that? Or if you just want to give a general look over it and see if it's trapped or anything and try and figure out what the locking mechanism is, you can just roll plus sharp.
Yeah, I think I'm just doing, because I can't think of a way to use any of the other stats in regards to.
If you
A
want to
chest.
check for traps, that would be sharp. If you want to try and unlock it, that would be cool. That's what I'll sort of say.
Gotcha.
I was just saying that if you wanted to make like a history check to like give yourself advantage or something, you can make.
I'll check to see if I can notice any traps on it.
Okay.
A 3 and a 4.
It looks completely covered with dust. It's been here for a long time. You're not sure if there are any traps. If there are, they might have already basically fallen apart on the inside. You don't really know how well designed the inside is, but you do get the idea that if you do spring any traps, you will most likely have like some time to try and defuse it before it goes off fully. That is what I will give you. You do not know if it's trapped, but you feel confident that if you crack it open and get a better lay of the land inside, that you'll be able to tell.
I can't see nothing on the outside from here in regards to a trap, but this thing has been here so long, so anything inside, it shouldn't go off too quickly.
Very well then. Perhaps we should open it or see if we can.
Yeah, just probably take a step back or 2.
Oh, yes, right, of course. I see it. I look to see if there is. Oh wait. I just step back.
And you said cool for trying to crack it open?
Yeah, and I'll also give you two dice for this, unless you have an ability that you want to try and do. If you have
Actually,
like a specific move or something.
Nah, my moves are for doing more damage or taking less damage.
Okay.
Can I assist him in opening it?
Would you like to help out?
Yes, I would like to help.
Please roll to help out, please. And I believe you have a thing for rolling to help out.
Yes.
So I think you can roll 2 dice, or you have like a bonus of some kind. I don't remember exactly.
Yes. Yeah. I think I.
Unfortunately, I have to go because dinner is ready.
Okay. You stay safe in the ship with Charles guarding
watching.
them. Yeah. You're helping Alexander put his legs on.
Putting them at the bottom to make them slightly shorter.
Oh no! What I know what you're thinking. You're thinking of the thing that I have when I'm protecting someone. I don't. So I don't seem to have a bonus with that. So I'll just.
Oh,
roll
okay.
it.
I thought you had something for help out.
No, I guess I don't. No, or at least I don't see it here. I could be missing something. But yeah. Okay, so what stat is
Cool.
help? Cool.
Cool.
Alright.
Yeah.
Well, good thing I leveled that up when I did.
Yeah, I think
a
that's
plus one.
why you decided to level up your cool, is because you are trying to help out a lot.
Yeah. 7.
Ah, yes. You do give Silva an extra dice on his check for rolling to open up this thing.
Oh, 2 5s and a 2.
Okay. You figure out that this is a very old lock. It looks like one of those traditional things that might have been cutting edge at its time. But in your years of experience, you learn that all you really have to do is kind of finagle your knife behind a certain point and kind of pop that whole lock section off and get behind it in order to just sort of manually unlatch it. Without, just like you basically take the lock off of the chest. You don't even unlock it. You just take the lock off the chest and set it aside. But what you can see, and I will give this to you, is that there is some sort of like wire hooked up to the lock, which is a good thing that you didn't try to tamper with it. And because this wire is so simple enough, you would understand that this is basically a dead man switch, that if anyone tries to even tamper with the lock without using the proper key, that it would probably destroy the contents inside. But you completely bypass that. What would you like to do now? Would you like to unlatch it and lift it? Or do you want to disarm this trap?
Yeah, if
I would basically be giving you a plus hold here. So either you can take +1 to trying to do something when you open the lid, or you can disable this trap.
I think I want to try to disable the trap.
Okay, you do so. Now, would you like to open it?
Yep.
Okay. You open up the lid, and it creaks, and a bit of sand sort of falls inside as the seals of this chest have been just so full of compacted sand that it falls in as it enters. And from what you can see is a very sleek, just sort of white surface that is very jarring in this situation.
What kind of shape is it?
It just kind of seems to be like a curved, like a square. Because this chest is basically square, and it looks like it was actually designed to, carefully hold whatever is inside this chest. Now that you have disarmed the trap, do you just want to close up the chest and put it in the ship for now?
Yeah, I'll let Zero look at it if he wants to, but you can look at it, but we probably need to keep it closed up in this chest for now.
Very well.
I will give you this. Now that you've opened it, you remove the acid vials that
Okay.
and I will roll to see how many of them are still usable. There are 4 acid vials that are still viable for you to use. And so now that the cargo is safe, it's in a normal chest now that's not trapped. Put it on the ship, and you'll investigate it later, and go ahead and add 4 acid vials to your inventory.
Yep.
And basically each vial will make like a 7-foot hole, like a big enough hole for someone to go through. Or can do a bunch of harm.
We'll see what we need them for.
Well, was actually quite. I'm going to still attempt to peek around and see if I can find anything else.
Okay. Is anyone else also doing anything during this time? Not to like stop you from doing anything, but during that time, would anybody like to be doing anything?
Stolas, are you there?
Mia, are you there?
MIA1 said, I look for weapons.
You find some ancient like spears and things. All of their weapons sort of have to have this sort of elongated handle for them to be able to use. And then they tend to just sort of have like little bladed ends. And some of them look like something that could be used for gardening or like chiseling, carving. Basically every single utensil looks like it has an elongated handle. Because again, they don't really have opposable thumbs. So they had to use kind of both arms. If you imagine like trying to, eat food with a fork using only your elbows, basically, like if you didn't have hands on your arms, that's sort of like what all these tools are designated for.
MIA1 said, time to master a new weapon category.
Okay. Do you just want to spend some time collecting some of these various tools?
Yes.
All right. Solus, what would you like to be doing? Would you like to gather any rock samples or any language samples or anything?
Yes, please.
You take another impression of anything?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. Sorry, I'm cooking dinner for
Okay.
So I'm going to be a little slower at responding.
We'll say that you guys spend... I'll actually roll for it. After 8 hours of gathering just kind of like little bits and bobs and ends, and just sort of slowly loading up a section of your cargo, Charlie says that it looks like we're able to start hearing it now, which means it's probably pretty close. We should probably move on and start investigating anything else before it starts getting up so high that we're unable to do anything else.
Very well. I'd say, my vote is then we should probably make our way to the second.
I believe you guys are on the 4th level.
Oh, no, I thought we were on the 3rd layer.
Let's see. 1st level was living. 2nd was storage. 3rd was sort of ancient artifacts, and then we decided to go down to the 4th one. You couldn't really see what it was until you got in there.
Did we? Oh,
Yeah. So you guys are on the 4th.
4th layer. But I thought we stopped at the 3rd layer.
you guys can go up now to the third. How about that? In here, you can see that there is like a lot of reliefs still, but also statues. And you can see that there are actually like hollowed out, what looks to be almost tombs, like places of respect, and bricks that have been stacked up. Is similar to sort of what you would kind of see in like Egypt, where they've got like these big blocks that they stacked up, and then just sort of like sealed away without really a way of entry to get into anything. But you can see that one of these chambers has just fallen apart. These big bricks have fallen away into the crevasse, where you can sort of enter in. And you can actually see some mummified remains, but rather than being like wrapped in cloth and have like their bodies embalmed, they're just sort of like encased in what looks like mud. Yeah. For those of you that have played Remnant from the Ashes, this looks like corpses, but like all dried up.
Oh, I see. Okay, I understand. Right. That makes it a bit
I know you would get that visual.
Yeah. I instantaneously got that visual.
Okay. Who would like to look around or do anything here?
Also, is it the underground bit of courses, or like the normal?
Yeah, like the underground bit of courses.
Oh, right, yeah.
Like the texture and the terrain of like everything that's been built here is still very much in like almost respect and adoration of like what this world was. And actually, since this place was more handled, these do look like tunnels that were not just naturally in the planet's crust,
right,
but were actually man-made.
Huh.
And again, if you guys have ever seen like an underground nest of like bugs or something, like I'm sure you guys have seen videos of people pouring molten lead into an anthill or something. That's sort of what this looks like. And you guys get the idea that you might be able to find some pieces of armor or jewelry, or maybe a hatchery, to try and get any stuff like that.
Well,
But again, depending upon how much time you guys want to spend here.
I get off the ship and I start to look around like I did before, surveying the area.
Okay.
Well, going first, I'm a big piece of armor. I can, take the forefront of any violence just in case, just so that no one else has to.
I will say that this place definitely looks like it's a bit more dangerous, as the architecture is very heavy, very unstable, and possibly trapped. Like, this looks like a place of reverence. Whether or not they worshipped here or simply did all of their important stuff down here, this definitely looks like a place of interest, but not to be trifled with, basically. So tell me what you guys want to do.
I think I kind of just joined Zero, walking around, I'm not gonna touch anything because don't know if they've got any weird stuff going on, but I'm just kind of like walking around, looking at the stuff.
Okay. How about you guys just roll plus sharp then?
Let me see. 6.
Okay. Silva, you notice that there looks to be an off section that actually looks like it's been collapsed in, and you can see that there's like some sort of liquid that has like started to pour through the rubble. So there might be something cool or interesting behind this rubble, but it could be completely destroyed. You don't know. But it's the first liquid that you've seen, so it's of interest. Zero. You see that there actually is like one of these tombs that has been like completely opened up, and there is like a full sarcophagus that you could just lift up and take if you wanted to.
I go to the sarcophagus. First of all, check to see if there's anything else, like for instance, if it's trapped or connected to anything, or see if there's
like the sealed box that looks like it's decorated to show the face of or like body of someone on the surface of it has been like completely slid off, and its corner is chipped, and it's like leaning at a diagonal on the floor. So you rush over to it and grab a hold of it before it slides and gets damaged or anything. But it looks like if there were any sort of traps that have gone off, they have already gone off or have been destroyed with the cave-in.
Okay. Is there anything inside the sarcophagus along with the body?
Would you like to open it and investigate the sarcophagus, or do you want to leave it intact?
I would like to open it and investigate the sarcophagus, yes.
Okay. You crack open the sarcophagus. It does break and crumble in your hands, and you open up the interior and you see the remains of one of these bug people, which almost instantly disintegrates as it meets the open air and just sort of crumbles and collapses into kind of ashy dust. This sarcophagus is now worth nothing.
Alright. Okay.
But you can see that they did have a golden staff with them.
Okay.
It actually looks like it was embedded into their skeleton. You're not sure how they managed to do that, but in a strange way, by forcefully investigating, you learned a little bit about their burial rites. And so this leads you to believe that it might be worth investigating to see if you can find a place where they do put these people in their coffins, to see if they have any other interesting tools or carvings describing their ancient techniques.
First of all, can I somehow take the staff from the sarcophagus?
Yes, you can take it out.
Alright.
It looks like it's some sort of like either polished bronze. It's definitely not gold because it's not yellow. It's kind of like an off brass color. Probably some different kind of metal.
Okay.
But it looks like it's elegantly carved.
Is
And
there
you can
any
easily return that to the ship.
Alright. Is there any markings or anything of note on the staff itself?
Roll to investigate a mystery.
Alright. Double checking, because I always forget. That's plus sharp, yes?
I
Alright.
guess everything is sharp, huh?
Investigate a mystery and read a bad situation or sharp.
Okay. Alright.
Looking at stuff is sharp, I guess. Alright.
So looking at stuff is sharp. Gotcha. 7.
Yes, this actually looks like it's very distinctly shaped, as if it was almost designed to fit into something, or something was to fit into it. Would you like to hold on to this staff, as it might be useful for interacting with other things.
Yes.
Okay.
I would like to hold on to the stuff.
Okay. I'm just thinking about, like, I don't know if you guys have played God of War, Ragnarok, where Kratos just walks up to a coffin, punches through it, and pulls out, like, one little thing that's useful. He's like, a key, and stuffs it in his back loincloth.
MIA1
That's just
said,
kind of the
yes.
image.
Look,
That's
he
the
knows
image
what he
that I've
needs.
gotten here.
I just
He
stuff
knows
it
what he
in
needs, and everything else is not worth anything.
I just stuff it into one of the crevices in the power armor.
The Doomslayer rips out like a demon's spine. Is like, yes, the key I need for this door.
Yes, nunchucks.
Nunchucks. Yeah.
Oh, he would do that.
Yeah. Mia, what would you like to be doing? You can see that there is like this strange metal that is like embedded into some of the embossed reliefs, but has also been worked into like the filings and like the dust have been worked into the engravings and things. Again, for a lack of a better description, kind of like the Egyptian like tombs. Where they just kind of like lined everything with gold or whatever. It's that kind of situation. If you want to try and pilfer any of that, if you want to like try and take any armor or weapon pieces that are up on displays, a lot of them have definitely been worn due to time. Even more have been completely destroyed due to the collapse in this area. Like everywhere that you guys step, you hear like a slight rumbling and like a little bit of dust falls from the ceiling. Like it is a bit treacherous in here, so whatever you choose to interact with will definitely take some sort of skill check.
MIA1 said, grab more weapon and armor asterisk.
Okay. I would like you to act under pressure for me. And in general, if you guys would also just like to act under pressure to be like, I want to go for this thing, and then act under pressure for it. But Zero, it sounds like you have a mystery that you want to investigate. And I will give you an additional dice because you have the rod.
Yes. I assume I assume I go and try to find the tomb or like the area where the rest of this stuff would be, I guess.
Okay. A 4 is a mixed success. If you would like to use your +1, I don't know if you have any holds or ongoing. I believe you have an ongoing, don't you, Mia?
Yes.
Okay, so that would be a success. You managed to find an armory where a lot of this stuff is falling apart. If you would like, you can either go in and try and grab as much as you can before it falls, or you could try and get some of your friends to help stabilize this area by either removing loose pieces or, getting stuff to support it to be able to capture all of it. What would you like to do? I will leave the decision to you. Do you call for your friends, or you just try and get what you can?
I call for 0.
Okay.
Okay.
I think with the help of your friends, I won't make this like necessarily a skill check, but after about like a half hour's bit of work, you guys spend another half hour looting everything in here. And you guys have gotten to the point where you've kind of run out of like specific storage crates and containers and things, and you're all just kind of piling it up in the corners of the ship now because there's just so much stuff that you guys have gathered. Silva, what are you doing?
So you said I found some sort of liquid. Like, can I tell what? Like, is it a clear color or is it partially see-through? Like,
the closest sort of resemblance is that it would be like oil. Like it's very dark. It's like sap, or molasses. Like it moves incredibly slow. You can see that it is moving. It is fresh. Like dust comes and like settles on it. But this is relatively new. This is recent.
does it seem like it's coming from the wall or the ceiling, or?
It seems like something beyond this rubble has been crushed.
Gotcha. It would probably take way too long to find a way to get to the other side of this. We don't have any kind of map or anything.
You just want to try and remove this rubble by hand?
I'll start to, and if it seems like, if it's taking too long, like if Charlie calls, then I'll probably just like, but I don't have anything to like grab a sample of liquid, so
do you want to go help Zero solve his mystery first?
Yeah, Zero can probably move a lot more rocks than me,
Okay.
if anything.
Zero, I would like you to roll me plus weird 2 dice, and Silva, if you want to roll to help out, you may.
Pretty nice, right? Give me a second to find. There we go. Oops.
I got a 7.
Okay, you are able to help out.
Right. I mean, now roll my own.
So roll 3 dice.
Alright. 5, 4, and a 3.
Counting down to something?
What?
I made the joke counting down to something.
Oh, gotcha. You do find a large section with a relief that looks like the rod fits into it, but it looks as though that the door in and of itself has been mostly buried. You guys get the idea that this might be the big hall, but it looks like how best to describe this? It looks like the mechanism has long since been destroyed, so you don't know if trying to take the time to slot this thing in is even going to do anything. It's a risk you're going to have to take. You're going to have to spend time to clear away as much as you can, and even then there might not be a payoff.
Okay.
I think you think this wall is, or this door is 0.
By the looks of it, looks quite thick, but it also looks quite, depending on your how you take this, it looks somewhat stable. I think there could potentially be something worthwhile beyond it, but there also could. I think it's a risk that I'm willing to take if you are.
Yeah, I got 4 things of acid, but if this thing is too thick for that, it'd be waste.
I will say
Do you think-
this looks to be the most secure structure, as it is still safe and sound, but it looks, because that it is so stable, that it's become almost a load-bearing structure from the settlements above. That, you know, if you pull away too much, it might just fall inwards, or it might just be strong enough to allow you entry.
Fellas, are you there?
Yeah.
If we can find like a crack or something.
Yeah, well, we could also attempt to open the door. Very carefully, mind you. But
You'll need to remove a little bit of rubble too, but that won't be a check. That'll
Alright.
just be some time. Do you want to
Alright,
spend that time to do that?
I would like to spend the time to do that.
Okay,
yes.
you start rolling away stones and smashing up rubble to remove it. Would you now like to try and slot it in?
Yes. Give me a moment. I'm just writing this down in my notes.
Be ready to run.
Alright, Zero, I would like you to roll me plus weird, just 1 dice.
All right. Slot in the stuff, and now I roll. Four. Can I use an egg point on this?
I'm going to say, hold on to your egg point.
Okay.
What happens is that you slot the rod in, and the door begins to shift and move, and it slides down, which is good that the system works on gravity. But it gets stuck about halfway, and then you see that it looks like it needs a second key, another rod, in order to go in any further. But at this point, you can kind of start to see past it, and you can see that the internals of this room look like they are pristine, untouched by even dust. You can smell the different atmosphere that's in this chamber,
Alright.
leading you to believe that this is worth it, but you're going to need a little bit more.
Well, it seems we've hit some sort of jackpot, my friend. But it seems we will also have to find another one of these stuffs.
Unless
How-
you want
how
to try
big
and
is the
force your way
space?
in now.
How big is this opening?
You would be able to shimmy your way through, but you don't know if you'd be able to get anything out. You don't know what's in there.
My assistant.
We need a slimy person to snake
Yeah.
their way into a room.
I call for Solace. Solace, I choose you.
Solace.
Zero, I think me and Solace should go inside, see if we can find anything in there, and you and Mia might
actually,
try and look for another key.
I'm an idiot. Mia can send in her little robot to take a look. It
Take
goes
a look.
in and snaps some pictures and sends the information to your little map thing. It makes a quick little map. You can see that this is a 2-tiered system. This is the room where they do the important embalming stuff, the ritual stuff. You can see all the tools are perfectly displayed on the wall. There's actually hieroglyphics describing how they do it. And very importantly, you can see that there is still some containers that look that they are pristine and holding the materials. Yes, that's what this room is. There's a table and everything.
I'm going to find something.
What did you say?
You guys
Solace?
also just want to destroy this door?
I said I thought if I do something.
Can we destroy the door?
I will say that if Silva wants to give a vial to Solus, Solus can roll to consume the door. You help soften it up for him. That would be the least abrupt way of destroying this door that would cause the least amount of shaking. I mean, you can just straight up punch it or explode this stuff, but you're trying to be a bit more precise about your actions. So
you want
I
to be
will
an
go ahead
acid
and give you
slime?
that. That is your best way of entry.
Solus, you ready to be an acid slime?
I'm already an acid slime. Wait, wrong voice. Fuck! I'm already an acid slime when I want to be. But sure, why not?
Solus, are you ready to be more toxic than you already are?
Absolutely.
You ready to be more toxic than me?
Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead and remove 1 acid vial from your inventory, and Solus, roll 3 dice plus tough.
3 dice plus 2. Okay. Six, 1, 6.
Okay.
Well, you add +2 to your tough, don't you?
Already did.
No, that's not how that works.
So it would be an 8, a 3, and an 8.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't getting no stitch here.
Um,
Oh, no, that's
you consume enough of this ancient material that these stones are made out of, and you guys can tell that this isn't just like natural stuff carved from the rock or whatnot. This is like comprised of some material, like this is cement, like this is built, this is made. But as Solus, you consume this, you can feel your toughness increase. Like you'd be able to act as a load-bearing support if necessary. And that is what I will give you. You have like a special move during this event. You have become stronger.
Wait.
You also spit out the rod without damaging it.
Nice.
Ah, very good.
So you guys
Alright.
can hold on to that.
I will hold on to that.
You guys get about halfway through exiting this room of all of its contents. You guys get rubbings of the walls and everything. Snap a couple pictures and things. And that's when Charlie says, we're starting to hear the sand. And I think we have just enough time to exit everything out of that room before the sand gets up to this level.
So when I gave him the acid vial, do I still have the vial itself left over?
Yeah, you can like pour it out if you want and still hold on to it.
Yeah, I would have at some point liked to run over and just like try to get some of that liquid in that bottle. Or that
You want to
vial.
like take a sample of it?
Yeah, because I have no time to.
I will say that you can do that with a clean sample bottle, not one that had acid remains in it that might destroy
Gotcha.
the sample.
I didn't know if I had anything like that on me or not.
I will say that you are able to get a small enough sample. Yes.
Roger.
Okay.
Alright, man.
Do you guys want to completely excavate this room and quickly get out Indiana Jones style, or do you want to take what you can get now and have enough time to try and investigate the next floor above?
I think we need to save some space for the next floors, probably,
Yeah.
because we never know what we're gonna find on there.
Yeah, let's save some space for the next floor. That's my
All
voice
right.
as well.
You grab like a sample of, you think, one of everything, but you don't grab the whole
MIA1
stockpile.
said, okay, let's haul ass.
All right, you guys get out there, and those of you that are able to, you could possibly see the rising sand coming up from below that is filling. It's still quite a ways away, but it is spooky that you were able to see it now as you guys are rising back up towards the surface. Okay. You guys are now backed into the crypt, the chantry. Is that it? I don't know.
Cellar?
What?
Are you thinking cellar?
Cellar? No. There's like a fancy name for it. whatever. You guys make it up here. You can see that there are like samples of like storerooms that hold different sort of materials, empty containers that probably had food of some kind, perhaps. And if you guys just want to generally kind of gather some of these samples of like the types of things that they had, you can do that. Or if you want to try and investigate for any other special things, you may.
I would like to investigate for any special things.
All right. How about you roll to investigate?
All right.
And don't forget, you have ongoing. Or actually, no, you have a hold. That's right.
I used that already. Didn't
Oh,
I?
you did? Okay.
Yeah, I did. Because you remember when I got that 8 the first time when I was investigating the
Oh,
huts?
you automatically added the plus to your roll.
Yes.
Gotcha. Understood.
Because usually my sharp is +1. In that one it was +2. So
Okay.
I've now removed that, I think. Right.
Yeah. Don't worry. You can always decide when you want to spend your holds. You don't have to do it before you roll.
All right. Well, you said you said I could use it on my next roll, so I thought that would be,
Whenever the next time that you roll, that's in accordance with the situation.
Oh,
Which is basically anytime you want to roll to investigate the mystery or read a bad situation of like what's happening at this planet. Not for like breaking down a door or cracking a safe. It's like trying to figure out what's going on and investigating. That's when you can spend your
Alright.
hold.
I
Because
see.
it's relevant to the previous thing that you got like a hint for, if that makes sense. That's sort of how
Right.
it works.
Okay.
I
Thank
will
you
give
for
you
explaining.
your hold back since you didn't understand. But
Okay.
you did get a complete success.
Yes.
You can see that there are actually some footprints that do not match the sort of skittering that these creatures have, that lead you to believe that some other alien species, possibly humanoid. You're not really sure. You don't see like individual boot prints, but you do see like tracks that have been like made through the dust as like people have walked through here, perhaps within the past couple of millennia, and not just when these people originally died. So there is possibly something afoot here on this level, and I will give you +1 ongoing for this mystery, but I am going to require you to roll to investigate a mystery.
Alright. I will roll to investigate a mystery.
Okay. I will give you 2 dice for this since you have the tracks, and yes.
Just give me a moment. I just need to write down that I have my whole. So, hold.
So like if you rolled a 4, you could spend the +1 to take it to a 5. So that would
Alright,
take
yeah,
it from like a mixed to a complete success.
Alright, yeah, fair. We'll see. I will now roll to investigate a mystery. 6.
Okay. And you have 2 dice for this.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I would like to use my hold on that one, please.
So that'll take it from a failure to a mixed success. So what I'm going to say is that you find that there is a false wall, but you are unable to figure out how to open it. So you might just have to destroy it. That is what I will give you. That there seems to be like a secret room.
Alright.
The power armor turns to the rest of the party. This stuff is getting destroyed anyways, right? Do you want to come back and deal with this last and assist other people?
Yes, I will come back to this.
Okay.
I will.
What's everyone else doing at the moment? I'm like mentally keeping track of like the timing on stuff, so just whenever you spend time on stuff, I'm keeping track of it.
I think Silva's just trying to grabbing at least like one of like
You
he's just
grab like
grabbing
a
a bunch of
pot and a
random stuff.
basket, yeah, like some little stuff. I get you. You find like a rolling pin.
Yeah, he's more of a thief than an archaeologist. He likes to have a plan for these kind of
MIA1
things.
said, I'm looking for any weapon blueprint.
That is actually a really good thing to look for. Go ahead and roll plus sharp, and I will give you 3 dice because 1, you're an expert, and I think your little robot owl will assist you with this. I think they're kind of like scanning around, looking. I don't usually allow the little robot to like assist for most things, but I feel like this kind of makes
How many
sense.
dice?
3. Rolling 3 plus sharp. Uh, 5, a 3, and a 4. You can spend your ongoing to make that a 5, 4, and a 4. So that's a complete success and 2 mixed successes. Yeah, you actually do find like an old room that it looks like some sort of ancient mathematician probably had. You see like a bunch of what looks to be intelligent designs and possibly early mathematics, sort of, detailing a bunch of different stuff. None of it is decipherable, but if you want to like grab a bunch of like stuff here, the parchment you have to be very careful with, so trying to get everything in here will probably take the rest of your time. But you can do it if you want to. Hello?
MIA1 said, yeah, I do it.
Okay. Sorry, the bot's being stupid, so. Alright. Solus, what are you doing? Solus?
Freddy.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Oh, there we go. Okay. Sorry, Discord's being stupid. What was the question?
What are you doing?
What am I doing?
Yeah. The music bot died.
Cringe.
Indeed it is. Because dying is cringe.
Yeah. Friday, 6 p.m. CST. Either way, I'm actually, since Mia's trying to find like weapon blueprints, is there like any other blueprints other than weaponry?
She found like basically like Daedalus's room. Or not Daedalus. What's the what was the ancient great guy that made the flying machines?
Oh,
Yeah, she basically
another
found that room where it's not like these are weapons, but this is like the only like blueprints or like intelligent designs that this, you guys have been able to find.
So like Da Vinci, basically.
Da Vinci, yes, that was the name I was looking for, not Daedalus.
Yeah,
Sorry.
the Italian guy. Or Italian.
Leonardo da Vinci. There you go.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
You have my curiosity.
MIA1
Now you
said,
have my attention.
I was thinking of the story of Icarus.
Yeah.
Oh.
You see like a bunch of designs and things for there that perhaps someone else might be able to decipher with enough time and whatnot. But you just try and grab as much as you can.
I'm probably gonna have to hop off here in a little bit.
Okay, we can call it pretty soon here. Do you just want to go maybe break down that false wall now?
Yes, I'll break
Absolutely,
down the
yeah.
wall.
I'll help out with that.
Pull the Kool-Aid man.
I will gently, I will gently smack the false wall.
All right, roll me plus. Roll to kick some ass.
All right.
And you have 2 dice for this. So roll plus tough, and you have
All right.
2
The
dice.
wall throws a butt.
All right. Seven and an 8.
Okay, you punch a hole straight through, and you leave your arm, and nothing budges. And you slowly pull your arm out, and then you can see into the room. And you can see that it looks like there is actually some still sort of old, but more modern stuff here. This looks like it was set up like a safe house. That it looks like there's like a mini fridge in the corner and like a generator and a cot and maybe some like short range transmission stuff set up on a table. And then at the center of the room, you can see that there is a box like the size that would fit Zero, that kind of like steel enforced box in the center. If you guys want to try and open it, it would be very difficult. If you want to try and get it out of here, it will be very difficult. But it looks like whoever came here and investigated this place found something of interest and decided to contain it. So this might be, you know, the biggest hint of something of importance here.
Well. Seems we've stumbled across another interesting point of interest. So, do you think you could perhaps assist me in slowly and safely breaking down this false wall?
Break down this wall. Mr. Solus?
I will say that with you two working together, you can easily destroy this false wall.
Okay.
No check needed. What would you guys like to do in this chamber now?
Well, I would like to first of all search around, see if I can see anything else aside from the large box.
Okay.
Out of curiosity,
you guys are about a mile away from the ship, and you have about an hour, you think, before the sand starts to get up. That doesn't necessarily mean that you will be encased after an hour. That just means that sand is going to start entering this area, impeding your progress. So
out of curiosity, the big metal box, how so tight is it?
this is reinforced Kyber steel. This looks like it is heat resistant, it is blast resistant, it is plasma resistant. And it does not look like it even has like a lock on it or a hinge or gate or anything. It looks like someone literally built like a cargo container around this whatever is inside.
Time to peek inside. Or try to squeeze
it is sealed super tight.
Figures much, okay.
Yeah. But you guys think if you get this out of here, this is brownie points.
Alright, so we need to get this box out of here.
Yes.
I may need your assistance. If you can lend a hand.
Oh my god. Is it possible for me to shapeshift into Zero?
I mean, you could take upon his shape. You won't take upon his stats. Again, your current situation is that you can take the appearance of people, but not their abilities yet.
I'll say I have good strength. As a slide.
Also, isn't he buffed because he consumed the door as well?
Yeah, well, Zero, what's your tough? And Solus, what's your tough?
My tough is +2.
My tough is +2 as well.
Okay, so yeah, you guys are both at the same. So if you turned into him, you would have the same strength as him, basically.
MIA1 said, wait, Solace, you can change from a jelly to a solid.
Yeah, you can. Alright, do you guys... I will give you the option if you guys want to roll separately, or if you want to give an additional dice to somebody.
I have an idea.
Oh?
Mm-hmm.
You want to turn Solus into a slick, Matt? That is a thing when moving like cargo. When my dad's company makes deliveries at a job site, we have to like pull these pallets, but they're not actually pallets. They're like stacked up blocks, and they're just kind of on like a plastic slick, and you just kind of pull on the straps and you slide it along the bed of the truck to get it out.
That sounds pretty cool.
What's your idea, Mia?
Typing.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I wasn't sure if I was interrupting her or something.
I was think a cart and Zero places the create on him.
Having Solus turn into a complicated structure would be very difficult to do. Also,
yeah, since I haven't seen one before, I wouldn't know the structure of it.
the other thing too is that one, you would have to lift up the cart, and two, you would have to have him support it all by his lonesome. That'd be very difficult.
Yeah,
I proceed to turn to Zero, and what do you think? Should we roll separately, or should we give each other, one of us, just no dice?
Let's roll separately. Let's roll separately.
Okay.
I like how you said you turned to Zero and say that. It's trying to get to said that.
Also, yeah, exactly. I think he said he turned into him and then out of character.
Okay.
I was trying to decide. Yeah. If Mia and Silva want to work like a shuffleboard team where you curling, where you're like moving stuff out of the way. Because I'm sure you guys are just like pushing this down the hallway.
MIA1 said, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, and also make sure there's a good spot for them to put it so that we can like quickly get the ship out in case the sand is rising.
How about roll Mia and Silva? How about you roll either plus sharp to look for stuff to get out of the way, or you can roll cool to like maintain like a confident position. Because again, I don't think this is like you necessarily having to move anything particularly heavy. This is just sort of keeping an eye on things, helping direct, and whatnot.
I think I'm gonna use an egg point.
You rolled a 1.
I rolled a 3, but yeah, I rolled a 1.
Okay.
Let's see what I can roll. I would also like to use an egg point for that.
Okay. Neon got a 4 for looking for stuff. He's a little bit in the way. Still help
How
out.
does the ongoings work again?
Ongoing, you just get to add +1 to looking for stuff, which I think this is. So a 5,
yeah, I do have an ongoing as well.
I think this would be like a new mystery. Also, a 4 would be the same as a 3 anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. Yeah, then I'll use the egg point still.
0, if you want to spend your hold on this, you could turn your 4 into a 5, which is
Well, I've spent an egg point on it.
an egg point is an additional dice of success.
Oh, I see. Oh, my apologies. Then in that case, I will spend that.
Okay, so 0 got 2 successes, Solus got a mixed success, and Neon got a success. Mia, are you assisting? And if so, what would you like to be doing? If you just kind of want to keep a lookout and roll sharp or something. Get stuff out of the way. But yeah, I think what's like happening is 0's at the back pushing it, and Solus is at the front pulling, trying, because again, this is a giant thing going down these hallways, so you guys can't like be on the sides of it. And I think Solus is like getting his feet stuck underneath of it sometimes and gets like a little bit flat-footed, literally, but is still able to still help direct it around corners and things and down the hallway. And Silva is keeping a track of like, all right, let's go down this hallway. Hold on, let me move this stuff out of the way. Yeah, all that nonsense.
Yeah.
So you guys are very much working as a well-oiled team. Let's see how much extra juice we can get out of this with Mia's assistance. And I think this will sort of be the last thing.
MIA1 said, I start planning our path using the map, trying to get us there quickly.
Nice. Okay. Go ahead and roll either sharp or cool, and I will give you 2 dice for this. Oh, hey. Welcome in, Alexander.
Hey.
The party has found that some pirates were using the ancient ruins to store some stash, a big crate. Would you like to go and help them in any way? Solus has turned into power armor.
1 and 6.
And the power armor are pushing and pulling the crate through the hallways. And Silva and Mia are like clearing the path and trying to remember how to get to the ship.
Mia, if you have a +1 to the stat you did, then you add 1 to each of those.
2 and a 7. Okay.
So yeah, she got a 2 and a 7. So that's still that goes from a failure and a success to a failure and an overwhelming success. So that is just a straight success. I think maybe, yeah, you guys are like getting close to the ship at this point. And I think you've gotten close enough that Charlie's actually able to get the ship positioned close enough The question now is, how are you able to get it onto the ship? You guys are going to have to go up a ramp a little bit, so you guys are actually going to have to lift this thing a bit.
We all need to get it and just heave.
All right, if you all just want to heave, I'd like tough checks from everybody.
I don't know about me, but 3 of us have +2 to tough.
Alright, let me roll some.
Oh, yes, Alexander's here as well.
I'm just guessing I was on the ship this whole time.
Yeah.
Right, I got an 8.
8 point.
Egg point. he cries out from the darkness.
I got a 5.
I got an
4.
8.
I don't
Oh
know
my
why,
goodness.
but I always roll so bad on tough, even though that's.
It just made me think of Home Alone, where he's like, "I'm not afraid anymore." Egg point.
The dice hate me.
Oh my goodness. It really
To
tickled
make me
me.
roll bad at the stuff I'm good at, or I'm supposed to be good at.
All right, so Zero got an 8, Solus got a 5, Neon got a 3. and an egg
MIA1
point.
said, "Ha looks like the person
Yeah.
who doesn't have enough strength is you, Neon."
Oh my goodness, like everybody got a success.
+2 to tough.
I got a mid success.
Where did you? Oh, you didn't roll in the thing. That's fine. So yeah,
I do mine at
Zero's
different point.
overwhelming success equates for Neon's mixed success. You guys get behind it, and you're like, "This is gonna be tough going," and you all heave, and it just vroom, goes up that ramp and gets inside and slams. It does fall sideways, but you're confident that that doesn't do anything. Because this thing is, if it's this secure, there's no way they didn't like put padding inside for whatever's inside. You hear the sound of like fine china breaking.
No, no.
So, what the hell is this
It was
thing?
a mess.
Well, we're not sure, but it's probably something extremely valuable considering the fact that the crate is made out of kyber steel.
Yeah, this stuff is.
Indubitably.
Alexander's gonna like look at it.
This whatever material that this crate is made out of is stronger than what your ship is made out of. So you guys get this, and Charles basically says, "I don't think we can fit anything more, and I think we've already got more
Yeah,
than what we need."
donut shit. Oh wait,
Yeah,
Charles was
definitely.
talking. Never mind.
MIA1 said,
Okay.
"Don't worry, I will find a way with these weapons I hoarded."
Well then, I think...
Where there's a will, there's a weapon.
Well, yes, I don't think we'll have much room for much else, but it can't hurt to at least somewhat check the first layer. Not that we'll find anything, I'm sure.
You guys did notice coming up. I mean, you can duck under the sand waterfall if you want, but you think that if you do, your ship is going to start taking some significant damage. So you don't think it's worth it. But
We
you
need
did
to
notice
go.
that a lot of it was already caved in and covered with sand and dust because it was the top layer. So
Alright.
before the even crevice, you think that it's already had like minor fractures and sand falling in, and so a lot of that
Oh.
stuff is already buried. You could have
Like, you
spent a lot of time uncovering stuff to probably find not much of interest. The fact that you guys went down to the deepest part within reason first, just you guys hit like the perfect sweet spot, managed your time, went up when it was accordance, and did not spend too much time or failure on anything. This was such a significant increase in like teamwork and success since, you know, the previous 2 missions that you went on, that this is above and beyond. what they want.
Man, it happened when I wasn't you.
You guys go back to base, and they are so impressed that they wish that they had more people like you all the time, that it doesn't even matter what your previous records are. You become initiates automatically. The only question now is, what would you guys like to turn over, and what would you guys like to keep? And by that, I mean that they do want to take all of the artifacts that are belonging to the stuff, and I will equate that into credits for you guys. But if you guys want to turn in the extra crates, the pirate treasure that you guys found, you might be able to exchange those for ship points, or simply see what they are. And at this point, if you guys want, we can just sort of end the session here, call it a night, and talk about this stuff outside the session when we have more free time. Because I do know that some people do need to get to sleep. It is pretty late.
Yeah.
I think I will go ahead and call it here.